Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we are playing as Portugal in the Law Resistance expansion. Alright, so last episode we got about a good solid year and a half and we're just helping out in the Spanish Civil War, moving through our focus tree, and I think we're about to take this province here, which will cut off at least 4 divisions, and she did survive. So we are holding that province, and now we just need to go ahead and start attacking them and try and get these guys pushed back. It looks like there is 1 division there, and the 3 divisions here, one of those being a Soviet division. So that does mean we're going to be destroying 4 total divisions. And I'd like to make a change to our division designs, but we're going to wait just a second to get these guys wiped out before we do so. And leadership purges in the Soviet Union, and we got our military vehicles focus knocked out, which gave us a research bonus for those. And so I'm just seeing, I think we're going towards the research slot, aren't we? All right, so that's what we're going to get next. One thing that we need to get before the Spanish Civil War is over, because you won't be able to once it ends, is the observation missions. These give some very nice research bonuses, plus some army experience and air experience, so it's going to be really helpful to have. In addition, it then unlocks the send assistance focus, which will unlock some decisions here, probably similar to the ones that we have in the French campaign. And then, of course, we can then do one of these 2. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to do it this route, the Iberian Summit, which we're probably not going to do that because we don't want to join the Axis or the Allies, so we wouldn't do that anyways. And this would be something that we'd do if our chosen government happened to fail the Spanish Civil War. Then we'd want to use this to be able to attack them, get a free war goal. So we do want to get these 2, but obviously a research bonus, I think, or excuse me, a new research slot, I think is more important. So we're going to start out with that. And Japan just declared war on China. Remember, we do have the historical AI focuses on, so things are going to happen as they did historically around that time period. It's not perfect, but they do kind of happen about the right time, and a lot of stuff happening. Everybody just knocked out their focuses. We do have military factories and free civilian factories, so I'm guessing we just finished building a military factory. So let's go and get assigned. I feel like we need more artillery. We don't have enough of that. And then with the civilian factory, let's just take a look. I'm probably going to do, I feel like we don't have enough civilian factories, so we might go ahead and get another civilian factory, because yeah, we're only building with 7 right now. So let's go ahead and get another one. And it looks like we will lose this port if we don't win here on these attacks. I'm waiting for these guys to get their organization up before we attack right there. But once we finish up here, we're going to make a change to our division designs. And I just don't want to do it in the middle of the conflict, since it would impact our divisions. And I think these guys are good enough. Let's go ahead and do an attack. And we'll get these guys pushed back and eventually destroyed. So let's go ahead and attack with all these divisions. And that's 4 divisions completely destroyed. So it'll be helpful in the war, long-term effort here in the war. Let's go ahead and make that adjustment to our division designs now that we're out of the battle. And we are going to be, it's nothing special here, guys. We're just going to be adding an infantry battalion to our division designs. Get them up to 14 combat width. Next, we're going to want to add some artillery to them. But we don't have the equipment for that just yet. So we're just going to do this for right now. And, I mean, I guess we could add 1. Yeah, we could do 1 artillery battalion. Why not? So let's go ahead. And I guess one thing we should check is how that's going to impact manpower. So it's going to be 1,500. We have 5 divisions, I believe. Yeah, we have 5 divisions. So we can justify that, I suppose. So let's go ahead and add that there. And that will really increase their attack quite a bit, which their attack is garbage, which is the reason why it took us so damn long to win that battle. So where are we going to want to fight next? I suppose the best way would be to go here now and cut these divisions off. Could also help push towards the capital, but again, I don't really want the conflict to end soon, and I'd prefer to just cut divisions off and destroy them. This will be a tough fight, though, because of the fact that these are in the mountains. What we might want to do is instead attack here at the hill and then come around here, just because the combat bonuses are substantially different. So just to show you guys the difference between the hills and the mountains, you can see it's 70% attack here for the hills, while the mountains are 40%. So it's substantially different. However, One thing I just noticed is that there's this little modifier here, unplanned offensive. Interesting. Does that mean if we did a planning, and that's something new to the Spanish Civil War, I think that's to slow it down. I think that's why things are going so much slower. I think it's this here. Let me just see if other provinces have it. No. It's just that one province. Okay, it's over here along this side. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure how this works. Something with the new Spanish Civil War system, though, because I've never seen it before. So it would, in fact, be better to attack in the mountains if we can't get rid of that. Let me see if doing a planning order removes it. I doubt it, though. I don't think that's what it's tied to. We'll try. We'll see what happens here. Let's just go ahead and do give him a little planning bonus here, and we'll see if that is removed. I don't think it will be, though. I think this is tied to something else and not to the actual planning here. So in that case, what we'd want to do is attack the mountain. That would be the best place to attack. This modifier is terrible. It is, it's very hot. It is a 90%, negative 90% to attack. So that's pretty bad. Let's go to modify our governments. Let's see what we want to do here. Somebody said we had a silent workforce, and we don't. You have to get either the limited self-rule or they allow free elections, which I don't think we'll be getting either of those. So we can't get him. I don't think there's any way for us to get any extra political power temporarily. Unfortunately, yeah, there's no option for that. So instead, we're going to continue working on research bonuses. Again, I feel like, we could go for like the war industrialist to get the factories faster, the cabinet industry, but I feel like getting research bonuses is more important at this point, just because we're so slow at the research with just having the 3 research slots. Now, we are about to get an extra one, but we are already behind because we only started with 2. So that's the way I'm looking at it, that we should probably get the research bonuses first, and let's see if we can get the infantry one. We can. All right, that's what we're going to get then. We're going to go and get our infantry design company. All right, and these guys should have their new equipment. You can see that their experience has dropped a little bit because they're fighting. It's actually going up again. And we have not removed the modifier here, so we will be attacking into the mountains. I think this is the best way to do it. Let's get our organization up, get our planning bonuses up, and we did get the military research facilities done, so that's an extra research slot. Let us go down further this way. But again, we should probably get the focuses that rely on us being in the Civil War, or the Civil War still ongoing, in order for us to get these before the time limit's up. And it's going to get us some nice research bonuses and experience, and again, allow us to get one of these if we wanted to or needed to. All right. Now, again, the Nationalists should win, so we won't have to use that last focus. And I don't even know if we'll do the one with the decisions. I don't know if there's any benefit to us doing it. So let's get, we could get radio detection. Let me get something that's actually going to help our troops, though, since they are in the middle of fighting. Oh, yes, that's right. We're going to get motorized. We do have the research bonus for that. So let's do that. So that way we can get ourselves field hospitals, because they're going to be incredibly important for this campaign with our fairly limited manpower. We don't have great manpower. So all of these are 1938 techs. Did we get all the industrial techs? I can't remember. I'm playing 2 campaigns, guys, so do forgive me when I forget what we've done and what we haven't done, because I'm going to get these 2 campaigns mixed up probably a lot. I've done 2 campaigns before simultaneously, and I stopped doing them because I used to get so confused between what I've done and what I hadn't done. So it does look like we've got all the things that are going to give us passive bonuses. So as we can start working on planes, even though we won't be able to build them, it'd be good for the future to have them. I guess we should see what bonus we get. Okay, it only goes to fighters. And we can't even get it because we have to have that particular focus. So what I think we'll go ahead and do, and we might not have that anytime soon, but we'll just get the naval bombers first, since that bonus wouldn't apply to them anyway, other than, the basic research bonus. All right, so they're going to continue attacking us here. This is a great place for us to defend. It's going to be very costly for them. We are in the mountains, so this is a Soviet division that's attacking. We're in the mountains. They're attacking across the river, so overall, it's probably not a good place for them to be attacking. So our units are about as fully entrenched as they get, which isn't very high. We only have 21% entrenchment, but the planning bonuses are not there yet because of the attacks, and they're not going to be able to get planning bonuses as long as they're being attacked. And I feel like we have to use all 4 divisions to get the win here. So we do get the excavation too. Any extra resources is going to be really helpful for us. And I think we might just go ahead and get the fighters, guys, because I don't know that we'll get that focus anytime soon. So might as well get it now. And eventually we'll be able to start building them. And there's not really a whole lot to get, honestly, until we get to 1938, unless we wanted to start researching ahead of time. And you know what? It might be a good idea to go ahead of time. I guess we'll wait until we get these fighters first, and then if we get any more tech slots open, then we'll start going for some of the 1938 techs, because we're close enough, guys. And I don't want to get stuff that's, you know, not going to be helpful for us. I mean, we're already getting planes that we're not going to be able to build because we don't have the factories right now. All right, so these guys' planning bonuses is not there yet, and it's never going to get there as long as they keep attacking us. I'm hoping they stop the attack. I guess we'll see. France and Britain have announced their alliance here in late 1937. We can look and see what France is currently working on. They're doing the devalue the franc. This is their industrial focus. And when we started the episode, we're getting the firepower kills. So they are going down this route rather than the methodical battle with the fortification bonuses and the extra fortifications. I have a feeling like this was not the best way for AI France to go. They probably should have went with the defensive one. I think that that's going to cost them. Obviously, they're going to be defeated by Germany anyways. But yeah, I think they should have went for the other one. It does look like we are ready. So let's go ahead and launch the attack in the mountains here. And it looks like we would win. All right, I wasn't too sure about it. Just because of the mountains here, and you know, our divisions aren't great. We did add that extra infantry battalion, so that has made an impact. So now let's go ahead and start pushing forward over to here. We're going to want to also push there just to kind of close this off just in case somebody moves here. And we will, in fact, well, we'll keep 2 divisions here, I suppose. Just make sure that they don't cut us off. We'll keep 1 there. All right, so let's go and grab the port. We'll go ahead and get the win there just because we're already going there. Then let's go ahead and have these guys, well, we should probably let them move first. All right, so we have gotten the port. Let's go ahead and grab this province now. And now let's start pushing them back. These guys are completely cut off. It's only 3 divisions. We'll keep the fight going there just because we're about to win. Let's go and put these guys over here now. We got the trench warfare. And so let's go ahead and get the next one for the max planning bonus. We'll be continuing down that. Well, let me check one thing, guys. We're going to want to see what research bonuses we have. I really like that this is here, so I don't have to scroll through all of them. To see how many research bonuses we get towards land doctrines. So we have, this is 3 right here. Because, yeah, I don't want to, you know, go past that, you know, end up resulting in having research bonuses that we're not taking advantage of. These are the naval ones. It's probably not going to use those. So we've counted 3 so far. And so we know we want to save at least 3 doctrines for research. All right, so we looked all down here, and we're not going down the popular front or this one here, going down this branch here. And so, yeah, it doesn't look like, yeah, because we're not doing that. We're doing the 5th Empire. So I think it's just 3. So yeah, we'll probably be able to keep researching the doctrines continuously. We shouldn't run into any issues there. All right, so this division's now here. Let's go ahead and have them attack Grenada. And we got the observation mission national focus. All right, so flying through the focus trees. And that is going to get us those research bonuses, which I think, no, that was an air doctrine. I was going to say that might have been a land doctrine too. So we have the send assistance, and I think we might, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and get this. Just because, let's just see what the decisions are. I'm curious. Though I wonder if we actually have anything to give them assistance-wise. We'll do it. We'll knock it out. I'm curious to see what the decisions are. It's probably not the most efficient thing to do, though, because I don't even know if we'll be able to send them anything. We're pretty short on like equipment and just about everything, so I doubt we'll even be able to do the decisions. Let's go and attack over this way. I'm going to keep that attack going again just because we were already doing it and winning. He was weak. He didn't have any organization, so it gets to the Nationalists an extra province. Let's go ahead and get the attack going. Well, let's let one of these guys and have him go over here. All right. Let's just continue the attack, wipe out that last division. We did get the motorized, so we already know what we're going to be going with next. We do need to build some motorized, of course. But yeah, we're going to go with the field hospitals so we can get those into our divisions. And they want a non-aggression pact, and we will agree to that, as we are not looking to fight Spain at all. The whole reason for helping out in this conflict is solely to secure our border with them. And it does look like we're about to win this, but I don't think the Carlists have risen up yet, so we can expect that they'll likely rise up here. And let's go ahead and just fix this, do a new one. And, well, we want to win right there. But we will go ahead and send this here. And let's stretch this out. This will cut off all these troops because it's the capital that gives the supply. So, by taking one of these two provinces right here, all the troops here are technically cut off, even though they have ports, simply because there's no port connected to the capital, and they've already actually done it. All right, excellent. So these guys are now going to be all cut off from supply, and so we can just start pushing them back, and that's what we're going to do. We will try and find the best location to push them back. Probably should do it from here. It looks like these are hills rather than... Well, these are hills as well. Is there any plains? I saw the one down there in the south. There's the forest right there. You know what? I think going up along the coast would be the best way. So that's the way we'll do it. Just trying to save ourselves from facing too many casualties, if at all possible. Let's go and connect that there. All right. Get our troops moving over to their new front. Get their planning bonus back up. And we just have to hope that this stays separated. I think it will. It looks like the Nationalists they're feeling pretty strong, guys. We can see that the Germans are helping as well. I'm sure the Italians are here. Let's go and do this attack now. Get up behind them as well. And we can actually reduce this now. And let's go ahead and have him attack this way. And he will support here. Alright, excellent. Making progress, guys. And of course we're flying in the time even though we're in war, just because, I mean, we're keeping it on speed 5 because it's just not necessary to let this go slow, because it's a pretty easy war here. And I don't know where the Carlists will rise up. I assume they'll at least get a state up there. It'd be really nice if we could get the Republicans knocked out before they rise up. And again, they could end up not rising up because if they're going the historical route, yeah, they might not actually rise up. There's that chance that they might not. So let's go ahead and get, probably should get another civilian factory. I feel like we just don't have enough civilian factories right now to justify like building military factories. As far as our equipment goes, we are in fact looking decent. We could go ahead and make another adjustment to our division designs, give them some more guns, I think. Do we have, no, I didn't actually see if we were in surplus. We are in surplus. Not enough to really supply all of our division designs, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and give them, oh, and we want to give them the field hospitals, but let's go and give them the artillery. That gets us up to 20 combat with, so they'll be basically done outside of the support companies, or yeah, support companies, I guess what they're called. I almost called them support battalions. All right, let's go and continue the attack here. Try and get these guys cut off, push forward here. And it looks like the Republicans are pretty much done for at this point. And we do have, all right, let's go and we'll fight here. We're gonna keep these guys over here. Well, they'll go up there. All right, so let's go and attack over this way. And I believe they should be having the supply penalty, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they don't. Yeah, maybe the local supply is enough here, despite being cut off from the capital. We did get the send assistance, which is probably not necessary. But we'll take a look at the decisions because I'm curious. That's the main reason why I got it, just out of curiosity. I don't think it was actually at all necessary for us to get that. So we can't continue moving down our fascist tree just yet because we don't have enough support for our party. We got to get up to 40%. We'll take a look when I pick up focus where we are at on our support. Getting the unreliable army removed would in fact be super helpful because that is pretty negative and is impacting our troops. We should have gotten this as soon as we joined the war, actually. Yeah, that would have been smart. Whatever. We're doing it now, guys. All right, so let's go and get that removed. And Austria has been annexed. All right, so we have one here. Let's go and attack over this way now. And let's go ahead and grab, oops, sent the divisions in the wrong location here. All right, let's go and attack. We'll start in Valencia first, I suppose. Oops, I just want to send them to there. So we got our naval bombers. We are in 1938, so let's go ahead and start working on the computing machines. Get that 5% research bonus. And we'll just keep all of our troops here for now. Just to finish wrapping this up, we can also give them a small planning bonus here. All right, they'll kind of spread out here. Let's go ahead and start attacking here now. And they'll attack immediately as well. All right, so getting several Spanish divisions wiped out there. All right, so we could start pushing up here, but I'd like to finish off the Republicans and go ahead and get the capital into our hands. So we're gonna go ahead and attack from over here. And there we go, excellent. So we'll kind of move over there, and also we have those decisions available. Let's take a look. We got those. I should have looked at them as soon as we had them. Okay, so it does have one of the decisions that the French had with joining the war, so we actually will declare war. I don't really know if there's any advantage to doing that rather than working as volunteers. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, I suppose we could, with our political power, make adjustments here that we wouldn't normally be able to, like getting out of the civilian economy, which we actually have enough war support to be changing out of the mobilization anyways. So we should probably do that, but we could go straight to war economy here. Maybe. I don't know if they have enough factories. Perhaps. So there would be that advantage of just going straight over to war economy. Then we have the partial mobilization if we don't join the war that we could go in and get. And we should have gotten that probably instead of the research bonuses. We could also change up our conscription laws as well. But we could do that even outside of war. But we could go over to extensive conscription if we wanted to. But, you know, we'll probably just go limited for now because obviously it's 300 political power to go all the way to extensive. So we don't need to be in war for that. Essentially, the only thing we'd get out of joining the war when it comes to our laws is be able to go to the war economy. We'd have that advantage. I don't know if there's any other advantages. We'd be able to use our planes if we wanted to. We could bring all of our troops rather than just the 4 divisions to get everybody in here fighting. I suppose that would be an advantage to joining the conflict. What does this cost us? Let me just see here. Is there any cost to this? It sure doesn't seem like it. I think we're just going to join the conflict. Why not, man? Yeah, let's do it. All right, so we're now at war. Another advantage is that, they pulled all our divisions away because they're volunteers. But another advantage is we can actually see how many casualties we lose as we fight. All right, so that's what we'll do. Obviously, we've already done it. So we'll have to wait until we get those volunteers back. And then we'll bring our troops over here. What we can do, I suppose, start getting some air experience. And put some planes over here, because I know we have close air support. We don't have any fighters. We do have close air support. Can we not place them in their air bases? But we can put our own close air support in there. I mean, we have 12. We're not even building any either. You know what? It probably wouldn't be wise to put them out there. You know what? It doesn't matter. It gets us air experience. Helps us out. They can't even reach anyway, so we'll be able to help out here, but it's pretty much irrelevant, guys. What are 10 planes going to do? But we'll get them some experience. All right, so when do we get our volunteers back? We get them on the 10th of March, 1938. And let's see what this Council of Aragon decision is. We don't want to do the war propaganda. Yeah, we got a decision I haven't seen here yet. We also have these, the create the collaboration government here. These options that we could take if we have the occupation modifier, a new regime, which we looked at that in the previous episode. I'm looking for this. Where the hell is it? This council thing. I'm not seeing it. Was it that? Oh, okay, it's war propaganda against Regional Defense Council of Aragon. Okay, I was thinking it was the Council of Aragon and that was the decision. Got it. We also have the industrial land appropriation, which we are not going to be doing. So we go and say we don't need to be notified about that. We get our volunteers in 10th of March. And then we'll be able to send all our divisions. We'll give them an extra division as well. We won't send the CAD divisions because they're pretty garbage and manpower's limited. The faster divisions, I suppose, would be helpful. But yeah, I just don't want to take the casualties. I don't say it's worth it. We did get the fighters. It's unfortunate that we don't really have the factories to build them. I suppose we could pull back on our infantry equipment and then use these for fighter planes. I think having some fighters would be pretty helpful. Well, we do need to get motorized as well. All right, never mind. Let me cancel that. We need to get the motorized. All right, so we'll get motorized so that we can get, there's a few things we want to get with that, specifically the field hospitals. And I guess that's good for right now. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get some motorized building up. We have a research bonus as well. We have 50% bonuses for these. Nice. And those were granted, by the way, by that national focus we did to help Spain. So again, we are in 1938, so let's go ahead and start getting all those 1938 infantry techs, because those would help us out immediately. So we'll start with the improved infantry equipment. Of course, well, they don't help out immediately because we do have to build them. And another decision available. And we got our volunteer forces back. Let's take a look at the decision. What's this? Oh, emergency factory conversion. We do not want to do that. All right, so let's go and take this army that we have. And it looks like the general also has the ability to get a bonus here. We'll go with the infantry expert. Get a new trait. I don't think... All right, this is what we're going to want to do. We want to go ahead and give him the field marshal that we already assigned him. He doesn't have any upgrades. And then we're going to want to take the infantry division here. And so now we have 5 divisions in the fight. This guy's lacking experience, but he'll get it in the war, I think. And that's because of those adjustments we made. So again, we're going to go ahead and go after Madrid. And we will increase this like so. So we can attack from multiple areas. We don't want to attack from Toledo because that would result in us taking the river penalty. So we get our troops over there. Maybe we'll slow this down just a little bit. Slow it down to speed 4 here. It is kind of flying. These guys decided to not take the railroads. We'll go ahead and change that, actually. There we go. Have them go over there. So I had a person comment about the pronunciation of Portuguese. And one thing I found interesting, he was talking about the J. The J is not pronounced the same way that that Spanish pronounces the J with the H sound. I looked it up, and it's more like the French J. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. Found that interesting. I didn't know that. We should give them a planning bonus, guys. All right, so they are attacking us over here. And we will attack here momentarily. I think we're going to attack here before going after Madrid, because we only have 1 division that can attack Madrid, while we have 4 divisions that can attack here. Could just wait to get the planning bonus, and I think we will. Any bonus that we can get would be helpful. It only helps us on the initial attack, of course, because of the fact that we are manually controlling them. So, you know, it helps you on the attack for probably, I don't know, it's probably a matter of weeks before the planning bonus ticks down to 0. You know what? We are going to test that. We're going to see how long the planning bonus lasts once we start attacking, because I'm curious. So we'll look at what time the attack is done. And that's another advantage of doing these little wars is, you know, you can be more focused on things and kind of test a few things like what we're about to do here. All right, so we were looking for the planning bonus to get up to the full 40%. It's 2.5% each day, so we are going fairly quickly. I think it's usually 2%. But yeah, we have some bonuses that are making it go a little bit faster. And are we at... No. It's going to be about another day here. All right, we are ready. So we're going to attack on the 6th of April at 1100 hours. And we're going to see how long the planning bonus lasts when we're on the attack. I am curious. Of course, it's going to be ticking down, so, you know, each day of the attack, it's less time. We actually ended up winning, so the test doesn't work. But you can see that it does tick down fairly slow, even when you're manually controlling the divisions. But it actually goes down a lot slower than it would if we were to let the AI control. But I feel like it's worth it, because the AI is so sucky. So we're going to go after the capital next. We do have to wait till one of these divisions get here, get their planning bonus back up as well. And we're getting some good experience from this conflict here. Do we have... I don't actually know if we did. No, we don't have the field hospitals yet. We're going to add that to our division designs as soon as we get it. And we're not going to wait for the attack bonus, the planning bonus, excuse me. So let's go and attack Madrid, get the capital, and they should, well, they don't capitulate, that's right. They changed the civil wars a little while back. It was definitely before this patch, obviously. I don't remember quite when it was. Sometime last year, they changed the civil wars, so you have to take like every single province. Oh, maybe not. Huh, they did capitulate. Oh, yeah, that's right. So they changed the civil wars, so you had to take every single province to get them to capitulate. To be able to win it, I should say. But they changed it back in a way because now these are actual countries. Before it was a special civil war system, and they no longer have that. Now they are actual countries, and they kind of had to do that because the old civil war system could only have two sides. So with this, they're able to have like multiple sides. It's kind of like what they did in America, because America doesn't use the normal civil war system either, because they have, I think, 3 or 4 countries that rise up in their civil war system. So basically it's the same system as what they have in America, where they're actual countries. So that does result in them having the regular system of capitulating. But they do have a modifier, I should mention that. There's a modifier, death before surrender, so surrender limit is plus 100%. So now they have that modifier to make it so it's still kind of the way it was, but you don't have to take every single province, which is nice, because it was kind of a pain in the butt to take every little tiny province. What is the decision available here? Emergency factory conversion. I thought we'd already said we weren't interested in seeing that. Maybe it was a different one. Maybe I chalked the wrong one. Let's go ahead and get these guys moving on over to this front. Let's figure out where we want to attack here. So probably right here. Cut off any divisions that are there would be the best way to do that. Well, we could attack this way, and then I would cut off even more divisions. I think we'll do that. We'll attack here. It's also an easier attack. It's not, the mountains. It's the plains. So that's where we'll attack. That's the best location. I was thinking I didn't want to do that because then we'd have to attack across the river, but there's no reason why we can't move our troops over here. All right, so let's give them a planning bonus. And taking the railroads over there. And again, I don't think the Carlists will rise, so I believe once we defeat the Regional Defense Council of Aragon, I believe the Spanish Civil War will be over. As far as casualties so far, we're looking at, we haven't taken any. That's interesting. Okay, so it's not considered like a traditional conflict then. Huh. Okay, I don't know how that works. I don't think we can take, if we don't get any war participation. Huh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but it's clearly different than a normal conflict. We got army reorganization. That's going to help us out quite a bit. That unreliable army modifier was nasty. We should have got rid of that before we ever attempted to do any fighting. But whatever, we got rid of it now. So let's see what these are here. So this will give us cheaper army leaders. Starting planning skill level of any new army leaders will be +1. So that's pretty good. Army experience +20. More army experience and a couple research bonuses there. But I think we should probably start working on getting more manpower, because improving our divisions isn't really helpful if we can't build any. So we might want to go ahead and do that. Could get this one as well. We want to get that before 1940 so that we can get our planes, our new fighters will have that bonus. Oh yes, I said I was going to check how fascist support is looking. We're at 34%, so 6 more percent, and we'll have enough to continue down our political branch. But let's go ahead and get, I think we're going to do the colonial assimilation policy for the manpower. The manpower is incredibly short right now. And this would also give us more manpower here. Now, I don't know how much 20% would affect us because it's non-core manpower. So probably wouldn't generate a lot, but it would generate some. We're not going to do Navy just yet. There's just so many good things to get in their tree, man. I love this tree. It's not quite as exciting as like the French or the Spanish trees, I would say. Those ones they seem much larger as well. Some people kind of felt let down by the Portuguese folks trees. They didn't like it. I know they made some changes because of the feedback. They did a whole new developer diary to talk about changes to Portugal because, there's some negative feedback when it comes to their focus tree. Our stability is absolutely garbage because of us joining this war. That is really bad. So I guess that was one thing I didn't consider, was how much our stability was going to be affected. We're going to get the Portuguese artillery for the 2 military factories. That's the main reason why we're going to get that. We could really use more military factories, guys. and our ability to build military factories is pretty limited with the few civilian factories that we actually have. So our troops are here. We just got to get that organization back up, and then we'll do attack over this way. And we might have to prolong this war a little bit, because the whole purpose of joining, the only real advantage to joining is to be able to move over to war economy, which we can't do anyways. So I guess there wasn't much of a reason to join, because I thought we'd at least be able to like look at the casualties, thought we'd be able to do a few other things. I mean, we got to add our planes here, but we can't even help out over here simply because we don't have the range and we can't use their air bases. But we did get some air experience, 21 air experience. I guess that's what we got for joining the war. Not much. So we can go ahead and these guys are experienced now. I mean, there's only 10 planes, but yeah, we can go ahead and take them out of the skies. There's no real reason to have them here now. Yeah, we'll just keep them there. Since we are out of that area and they can't reach over here. So essentially, joining the war wasn't that helpful. We didn't really get much from it. All right, so our guys are here. Their planning bonuses are almost up. We'll go and wait because, again, I want to prolong the war a little bit. I mean, I guess we don't need to, now that I think about it. Yeah, I suppose there's no real reason to, since we can't go to war economy. I had like literally just stated that, and I've already forgotten. Could go ahead and go to limited conscription to fix the manpower, but I prefer to get the factory situation improved first. So we are ready. Let's go ahead and do the attack here. We're going to attack with all 5 of our divisions to one province here. Since these are the plains, we don't really want to attack into the hills. Should be able to get an easy win there, and just need to let them get over here, and then go ahead and go straight over to here. It doesn't look like there's many divisions over here. There's at least 2 and some right there, but there's nobody over here, I don't think. Well, there might be one there. We got the field hospitals. We're going to go ahead and add those to our divisions immediately. There's other things to get here as well, which we eventually will want to get. But again, let's get the passive bonuses first. Support weapons 2, and let's go ahead and add the field hospitals immediately. We probably don't have enough motorized yet. We have 24 in storage. We need 100 total. So yeah, we would it'd take us a little while to get that built and actually get the benefit from it, but that's okay. Getting these guys here into our divisions is as soon as possible is necessary to kind of save some of the manpower that we're probably losing here. Let's go and get across the river here, although we are being attacked there. If they were to win, they would cut us off. Looks like they've already taken that province, so there's no real reason to keep that going. Let's go and pull this back here. We need to get over to this side of the river, actually, so let's go and have them move over to, we'll put them right there. Give them a little planning bonus here. All right, so look at the movement over there. It did get all messed up because I cut this off here, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and take these guys and attack Barcelona. Start pushing up along the coast here, trying to avoid the mountains if we can. And Nationalist Spain requests aid. The Spanish government has sent word requesting material aid in their fight against the Republicans. The civil war is proving particularly destructive, and it's taken its toll on their supplies. They ensure us that any assistance we provide will be invaluable in defeating the threat of communism. So we say we don't have anything to spare, or we could give them a good chunk of our manpower, like 40% of our manpower, and that would be granted to them. As far as what we get from that, nothing really. Nothing that would help us, because we're in the conflict right now. So this is all like pertaining to like if we weren't in actually fighting, if we were just like sending volunteers. So we're gonna say no, we're not gonna do that. There's not really any benefit to doing so. 20,000 manpower, 40% of our manpower, I don't think we should do that. Let's go ahead and take these guys, have them attack here now. And there we go. So the war has been finished up. I don't know if we got any of that equipment. I hope we got some of it. I guess we could take a look, though I wouldn't even know because I don't know how much we had originally. But yeah, we're done with the fight. We helped the Spanish win. I think the Spanish Civil War is completely over now. So we ended it. Well, I guess it still lasts a lot longer than it used to. But overall, we did end it fairly quickly. And I think that was largely due to our assistance. I don't want to take all the credit here, but I feel like they wouldn't have won as quickly if we hadn't helped. And overall from the war and just helping out in general, we got some good stuff. These guys are going to go ahead and train up. We'll throw them into, well, you know what? We can actually do the shift click. And it'll only train the one division. Yeah, I love that feature. It's fantastic, man. So yeah, we'll go ahead and train these guys up here, and get them up to the next level. And yeah, we got some good experience here. A general got some experience as well. This will be helpful future conflicts. Looks like our field marshal got a little bit of experience. All right, we have 60 army experience too that we've been able to use to make adjustments to our division design. So overall, the conflict was, for the most part, quite advantageous for us. We got improved infantry equipment 1. So we don't really need to worry so much about passive bonuses now. I don't know when the next conflict will be. Likely, I guess we'll take a look at that once we pick another focus, and we'll talk about it then. Let's go and get a tech selected first. We do need to get tanks eventually, but the problem here is that we don't have the production to build them, and yeah, I just don't think that this is the best thing to go for right now. I think we should instead work on our Navy. We got a lot of naval techs to get. It's going to take a long time to get through these, so I think we should go ahead and start working on them now, because we do not have much. We've got the submarines and the destroyers, and then some of the basic techs here, but that is about it. We were really lacking most things, and we don't even have the secondary batteries. Basically, we don't have much of anything along here. So we should go ahead and start working on improving our equipment and stuff. So just kind of looking at stuff that we could add to our destroyers. Could go and get the depth charge thrower for sinking submarines. Obviously, we're going to want to get some of the bigger ships, but I think we're going to wait till we get research bonuses for those. Could get the ship torpedo launchers for our destroyers, or we could get better guns for them as well. I suppose we'll start with the depth charge throwers. Well, we can't use... it would be nice to use the experience for that. Can't use experience for the basic light battery, so let's do that first. We need to get them both. So let's go ahead and start sending our ships out there so we can actually get some experience. I was waiting to get the fuel reserves up, but I feel like we're in a good spot now. So we're gonna get both of these guys training, both of these two task force. We'll see how long our fuel will last with them out there. Looks like we would lose it in about 1.8 years. All right, well that lasts long enough. That'll be fine. All right, so we'll start building up the naval experience. That'll allow us to both make some adjustments to our ships, and of course to maybe use those for some of those naval techs. So we can modify our government again, and we're gonna go get the partial mobilization because we won't be able to get the war economy for some time, and we could really use the extra civilian factories and the ability to construct those military factories faster. And of course, it does affect the fuel as well. So that's another thing to consider. So you'll see, yeah, we now have much more fuel, and we should have, yeah, we have more factories now. So overall, that did help a lot. I should have got that earlier, guys. So we got 2 more military factories too. So we'll have to get those assigned. I'm not seeing any icon about that yet. So that gave us research bonuses for support artillery, and also gave us a new design company that we're not going to be using. So what do we want to get next? Could continue getting the military factories. Manpower is sitting at 56,000 right now, so still not a lot. I'm just seeing if there's any limits to this that would, result in us not being able to do them a bit later. No, seems there's no limits to that. Get more manpower would allow us to build a few more divisions. Let's see what else we can do though. We could get this so that we get those armor techs quicker when we do want to go down that route. We could also go ahead and get that early here, which gives us a military factory. And as I said, we wanted to get that before 1940. This will give us more dockyards, and we can purchase ships. All right, well, I do want to start building up the Navy, so maybe we'll do that first. Yeah, we still can't go here yet. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Let's go and get the naval one and give us 2 dockyards. We don't have very many dockyards right now. I think we're not even building anything with them because we needed to make some adjustments to them. Okay, so let me just take a look. I did split these up. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. These are the divisions that are kind of they're all in our colonies here. Those are 3 cav divisions, which I don't really know if there's a purpose to having cav divisions anymore. I mean, of course, you can use them for speed. I mean, I suppose you could use them like as a fast infantry division, if you don't have light tanks, and so you need some kind of fast division. But before, I always used the horsey boys for garrisons, and that's no longer necessary. You'll keep the design, of course, in here so that you can use them for garrisons, but there's no real reason to have them out here. I don't really typically use them for fighting much. It's just another division design we gotta, use experience to improve on. So we got those 2 military factories. I don't know why they didn't click right away, but let's go and get them assigned to. I think we're gonna do some planes now. I want to get some fighters going. We'll get some fighters. As far as I don't think there's. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and get just focus on planes, man. So let's go ahead and do the close air support first because they can be used for naval bombing, and if we need to, I mean. And we are short aluminum, so we are gonna have to trade for that, unfortunately. Damn, that's gonna give up one of our civilian factories. Short rubber too. That's gonna impact our efficiency bit because I don't think I'm gonna trade for that, guys. Civilian factories are too limited. So instead, we'll just get the aluminum, and then we'll get that from. Trying to see who the best one. Probably the Hungarians. I'll help them out, and they should end up going into the Axis, going fascist, since we have the historical AI focuses on. We did get that other civilian factory built. And we're running out of space. Let's go ahead and do a military factory here and a civilian factory here. Maybe we should do that like that, so the civilian factory is used to build the military factory. That'd probably be wiser. Okay, so one problem we're going to run into is a lack of resources for our military factories. I think that's going to be a continued problem for us throughout the campaign. As far as our fascist support, it is only at 37%. It's ticking up pretty slow. We can make that a lot faster by getting a political advisor, a fascist ideologue. We can make that tick up quite a bit faster. We gain the political power so slow because we've got to get rid of that unstable republic, which I believe is down that line. Let me just double check, but I want to say it is down here. Unstable republic, where's this? We could look it up. All right, so it seems like there's a few of them that have that. Replace unstable republic with unstable monarchy. That's not the one we want to look at. Is it in here? Remove national spirit. So it's the 5th Empire one. All right, so we've got a ways to go before we get rid of that. Unfortunately, it's going to be probably, I don't know, at least a year. So the support weapons 2 tech has been knocked out. And let's go and get something else. So we are getting close to 1939. A lot of 1939 techs to get. I don't even know what we just got. Wasn't even paying attention. Oh yes, the support equipment. So we could go and continue working on the naval techs. Maybe that would be the best thing to get. Could go and get the radar too. But obviously we don't have the civilian factories for building them. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do naval techs, guys. I think that'd be the best thing for us right now. And we might not be able to do it with the experience either. I don't think we're going to have the experience for a little while. And any experience we do have, we're probably going to have to use for division designs. So let's go and get the... We should probably get the sonar before we get the depth charges, actually. So we'll get that. This is going to be 73 days. Let's try and make the ships we have, the destroyers and the submarines and stuff, we'll try and make those better before we try and get any other ones, because I bet that we get some research bonuses for those. So we got computing machines, so we'll be researching faster. And yeah, I think we're just going to work on naval techs. I would like to build a decent navy. Now, I don't expect that we're going to have a navy that's going to be able to, like, beat the British or beat the American navies anytime soon, but the idea is to hopefully build a pretty powerful navy. Maybe smaller, but superior. Go quality over quantity. So I guess we'll go and get the depth charge throwers next. Yeah, I think that'd be the best thing for us for what we have. Okay, so let's go and get the depth charge throwers. And we're gonna need a. Oh, I keep pointing at this. The air experience as our naval experience. Our navy experience is right here. I'm a dummy. We have 20. I don't know. I was thinking that one was navy experience. Just wasn't paying attention, I suppose. So we did knock out the smaller guns. Could go and get the torpedo launchers for the destroyers as well, and I think that's what we'll do. 69 days away. Yeah, just kind of focus on the naval techs. And once we get into 1939, we'll go and get the 1939 techs, particularly those industrial ones. We'll be able to make pretty good progress in the early part of this campaign because, again, we got that Munich agreement. Probably not going to be able to engage in conflict for a little while. I'm waiting to get some of these focuses here that will grant us Yeah, you'll see we get a bunch of annexation war goals here in China. That's going to be a later conflict. Let me see. There's, these ones against the British. We've got the recover the Dutch East Indies. So these are all going to result in us having to fight the Allies. Of course, we're going to go into Brazil, and then that will lead us into the rest of Latin America. I know that there's a couple other ones as well throughout the focus tree, but I don't know where they're at. I thought there was one more. Oh, Japan. That was the one I was thinking of. So we could always attack Japan as well. So you can see how we have focus is leading us into Africa, Asia, and South America. So that's why I said in the beginning of this series that that's really what the focus is going to be for this campaign. But really, we need to make ourselves into a more powerful country, because as of right now, we are, well, we're not that strong. So I think we're going to continue going after military factories, though. We could use more civilian factories too. And I think we're just about ready to go and start building some divisions. I know we don't have a ton of manpower. We don't have very many divisions, so we're going to have to get some soon. All right, so I was looking at these two here. This is, we have to make a choice here. So this grants 4 civilian factories. Well, this one grants only 1 civilian factory. However, your civilian factories will be better because they get a plus 10% construction speed. In addition to that, it gives the 2 research bonuses. And so I think we're actually going to go down the industrial modernization. I think that would be better in the long run. I like getting those industrial research bonuses. And 4 civilian factories would be great, but I mean, this kind of makes up for it. Not quite, obviously. Not even close. But you know what? I think we're going to go for this one. I want the research bonuses. We're about to get research here in 1939. I think this would be the best route to go, guys. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Then we also have decisions available. That's from that focus we just got, the naval focus. We can submit an offer to purchase British ships or Italian ships. So if you take a look at this, we send them an event, and I did just punch the desk, so sorry about that. But we're going to go ahead and contact the Italians, I think. That'd probably be the best bet, because we are looking to not ally with the Axis, but at least be friendly with them. So let's do that. Let's try and help them out. No reason to help the British out when we will likely find ourselves in conflict with them. So we have built up a good amount of convoys. I wonder if we have the experience to improve our submarines now, because remember we had that 1936 submarine hull, but it's pretty garbage. I think we should have everything we need here. Let's get better torpedo tubes. Yeah, I think this is great. We do need to give them a name. So let's go ahead and name them. Nothing special here. Just some attack subs. And this is 1936. So it's 2-E. All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and save that. And get them building. So we'll build them over here in the capital, or let them deploy there, I should say, and pull back our dockyards going to convoys. I think our convoys are in all right position. Instead, put all of our dockyards into submarines for right now. We have one that's currently repairing ships, so have that go to submarines when it's done. We could take a look at our ships. We're going to keep them training anyways, but I want to see where they're at as far as their experience goes. So let's take a look. So these guys are currently repairing. We want to set them on to have the automatic split off on, so they don't stop the whole task force, just for one ship to repair. Hungarians renounce the treaty, and Italy accepts our offer to build our ships. The Italian government has agreed to build ships for the Portuguese Navy. They have submitted 3 different offers for us to choose from. So we can purchase submarines, destroyers, or light cruisers. So these are, so we give them 1 civilian factory for doing this. This is going to improve our opinion, and then they'll just build the ships for us. I think they give you like the most modern version of it. So this is a pretty cool little decision, guys. We are going to get the light cruisers since we can't even build those on our own. So let's get light cruisers. And I think that would also improve the power of our Navy substantially, since we only have destroyers and submarines right now. As far as building our destroyers, we're going to wait until we get, obviously we have limited dockyards, so we'll just work on the submarines. I'm going to wait until we get some more techs to build better destroyers, and then also the experience to make those designs. So we did make a little over a year. probably not quite a year and a half, year and a few months, not quite as much as I wanted to, but we did finish up the Spanish Civil War. So at this point, we'll just be flying on speed 5 for a little while we just build up, and we're going to start building divisions as well. I forgot we were going to do that. So we're going to want to get some of these guys built. It does cost 9,100 manpower, so we're probably not going to get a ton of these right now. But let's go ahead and train. Ooh, maybe like 2 for right now, or 3. We'll do 3. Leaves us 30,000. We'll wait to play them. All right, so yeah, we'll get some infantry divisions, and we actually had the equipment for that as well. Are we putting? We only have 1 factory going towards infantry equipment. Okay, we could stop production of the towed artillery and instead get more planes, and then we'll actually trade for that rubber as well. We're going to get the naval bombers. I do want to have those. It's going to be very important for us against the British that we have a good like stockpile of naval bombers. So we'll go and get that, and we will trade for the rubber. So let's see who we want to trade with. We could trade with Siam, I suppose, or it makes sense to trade with Brazil, wouldn't it? Let's trade with the Brazilians. All right, so that'll improve our rubber situation, and we'll be able to build the planes much faster now. So yeah, we're going to try and get a good stockpile of planes, very much rely on the Air Force. We're going to have to do everything possible to make our military a quality force, since manpower is going to be a consistent issue throughout the campaign. So we have to do anything we can to make sure we don't take heavy casualties. And that also means, because we're going to be fighting outside of Europe, that we really need to focus on things that will help us with supply. That means we're probably going to want to get logistics companies in all of our divisions, given the fact that all the areas we'll be fighting in are going to have very low supply. So yeah, we'll get that. As far as like division designs, we probably won't go 40 width division design. I don't think that that's a good width when you're fighting outside of Europe. So we'll probably only use 20 combat width, which means these division designs here that we have are essentially almost already done. We just got to add the once we get it, logistic companies and maybe recon company. I realize they don't have anti-tank, but I don't know that we'll need them. We might not fight anybody who has tanks. I mean, the British probably will. So that's something. I don't know. We'll figure out what we're going to do about needing something to fight tanks. Maybe we'll have a dedicated division just for fighting tanks, so that I don't have to build a ton of anti-tanks in divisions that most of them won't be fighting. I think that's what we'll do. We'll have a separate division design with some anti-tanks, and those will be used against like the British or the Americans, while the majority of our division designs that we are using around the world will not have anti-tanks. Just anything to kind of improve our efficiency as a minor power here. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell. Also leave a comment. I haven't seen any name suggestions in this series for the Portuguese division designs. So if you want to post some of those, and we can maybe change up their design, or we can keep this as is if you guys want. I mean, these are already Portuguese names here, although the motorized division isn't. So we can always keep them as is if you guys would prefer to do that. Just let me know down in the comments. If you're looking for anything to watch while you wait for the next episode, which remember, we will have an episode on Monday. However, I'm going to be changing the times here, guys. So this one will come out in the early morning, but the next one's going to be coming out in the afternoon, and then the one after that's going to be coming out in the evening. And I'll try and mention this in episode 3 because I wanted to mention it in the beginning of this episode, but I forgot. But yeah, we're going to try and make it so this series comes out in the evening, so that the Hearts of Iron 4 series aren't coming out, at the same time. I'll explain this a little bit more in the beginning of the next episode, because I know some people aren't going to make it to the end here. But yeah, if you are looking for something to watch, check out the front page of our channel, 2,000 something videos, tons of Hearts of Iron 4 content, and of course we have that French series here at Law Resistance, so maybe check that out if you haven't already. Remember, look down in the comments below for any links, links to all of our social media sites, our PayPal, Patreon, and our Discord channel. I do hope to see you on the next episode, and thanks for watching, guys.